If you talk about marginalization, one of the main communities that are marginalized here are refugees, especially refugees who actually come from Africa. I talk about Africa because I work in Campbelltown Primary School, and they have a large population of African settlement nearby. And also the fact that I work on a project, a Sudanese project, which is called Culture Support Program, and it was started by another MCCSWD who was there before me. Her name is Olive. And the project basically empowers the Sudanese families and the children to, and also in identifying the needs of the Sudanese families. So it has a monthly get-together where the parents, the Sudanese family parents are invited, and also main power contacts from the communities, like the Sudanese community officer in the Department of Education here. So all those people, we contact all of them, and then a meeting is convened wherein you identify the needs, the most important needs of the families, which could range from the fact that, you know, when the children come home with the homework, the mothers can't help because they can't read English, and so from there we start identifying the needs, and then we meet them. So that is what we basically do out here. And I'm hoping that when I spoke to one of the African students, he was like, for him marginalization means that you actually stand out among the crowd because of your color, your race, your language, your dialect. I guess that as social workers, that what we should be doing is to see a world around us without borders, and also to see another person not as an African or an Asian or an Indian, but then just see another person as a human being. Thank you.
Doing here my internship on social work in Alberton Primary School, which works for Aborigine kids. So in the pamphlet you would have seen that this conference is dealing with certain issues on Aboriginals. They are the marginalized down here in Australia. I just want to share a few things about what the Aborigines are going through now. Especially the racism is the one which they undergo by the Australian white people. They are called as blacks actually. And the school in which I work, they are focusing on the Aboriginal kids. They say that they are facing racism outside in the city and sometimes in the school also. When I had a chat with one of my field supervisor down there in that school, she told that she had faced a lot of racism, and she also commented on saying that few people they take it hard to say that they are an Aborigine. They don't want to be identified themselves as Aborigines. And you would have learnt about the stolen generations. There are few people in that stolen generations who find it hard to reveal their identity as an Aborigine people. And if you see what are all the problems which they are facing, like is they don't have a good employment because they are not employed in organizations and in work spots too, and they face a lot of health problems like mental health problems, and they also have a lot of substance abuse within themselves. That there are many dropouts in the midst of Aborigine students, since when they go to the high school they face a lot of racism. These are all the three aspects which I came to know as problems of the Aborigines who are the marginalized. And I hope you all will have a wonderful time in the conference.
And I'm just going to share something about marginalized based on gender. And here in Adelaide, I'm doing a fieldwork placement in a women's information service. It is a government organization where they do a free referral and information service to women in South Australia. But we do get clients across the globe like Sudanese, Vietnamese, Chinese, and of course Australians. And it is a bit shocking for me to see a lot of migrant Indian women popping into the center to seek help, and they really lack the social support here. And it is not only in India women are marginalized, it is the same scenario here, and it is a bit hard to see the same condition exists in a developed country as well as in a developing country like India. Wherever women are there, the survival is the biggest threat and it will never fade away. And I hope this conference will give you better knowledge and widen the knowledge about marginalized and the concept based on women.
And I want to share something about the marginalized in Australia, that is homeless people. I'm currently placed in an organization called Uniting Care Wesley, which is working exclusively for homeless people, and Russ Leaf in Adelaide and Australia. Here, the definition varies from country to country on homelessness, but generally it is the person who lives without the shelter is called as a homeless people. There are a lot of causes in Australia for the homelessness, and it is also vary from countries to country. But the important causes of homelessness in Australia is substance abuses, alcohol, mental health, and domestic violence. Even though it is a developed country, there is a lot of people who are marginalized here. As a social worker, we should aware of all the issues, and we try to address all that.
Hi one and all, I'm Helen. Happy to welcome you all to MCC from UniSA. Hope you are learning the heart-throbbing concept of marginalization in a better way and in the best environment. If I need to tell about marginalization, I'll tell about the organization I'm currently involved with. It's a non-governmental organization called Inclusive Directions, which works for childcare in South Australia. This organization provides a very specialized program called Bicultural Support Worker Program, in which a bicultural support worker will be appointed for each child who come into this childcare service from a caste family, which is called culturally and linguistically diverse family. This child will be given a bicultural support worker to provide a smooth transition into a diverse culture, which is to which the child is exposed all of a sudden, through which this organization promotes equality and empower the child to a better transition into this culture. And I wish you all success from this conference.
I am going to share some of the experience that I got through reflection about capitalism. 200 years of capitalism has brought nothing more than a misery to the whole world. It brought liberalization, privatization, globalization, and imperialism. And all this takes away the human values and started viewing the life as in terms of economy. I couldn't believe in this world the total annual income of a businessman is equal to 1 year budget of a nation. Capitalists are ruling this world. They are increasing the gap between the rich and the poor. Simple example is the health system in India. Poor can't get quality health service because as they are poor. Similarly, children can't get quality education as they are poor. Whose mistake is it? Saint Augustine says that unjust law is not a law. So everyone has the right to deny or fight against it, either by violence or by civil disobedience. Mehta Patkar, Binayak Sen, Prabhakaran are few among the heroes who are fighting against the social evil like capitalism. We are ordinary people, but still we could be able to make a difference by igniting a matchstick in a dark room. Social change starts from the individual, and I am happy to tell that I am one among those privileged community who got the opportunity to come here to do my education in Australia. I am ready to share my knowledge that I am receiving here. If there are anyone in hunger, please let me know. Let us share the knowledge and grow together. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thanks, one and all.